Welcome back to Sri Lankan Life Sciences Academy. In today's biology lesson, we'll explore Unit 4, Topic 5 of Edexcel IAL Biology. This is Lesson 10, where we dive deep into the fascinating influence on ecosystems. We look at how biotic and abiotic factors affect and distribution of organisms. Here are our learning objectives for today. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the definitions and give examples for both biotic and abiotic factors. Recognize how these factors influence the numbers and distributions of organisms. Identify and categorize different factors in various habitats. Analyze data to assess their impact on distribution. Abiotic factors are non-living physical and chemical elements that shape ecosystems. These include temperature, water, soil, and light. Now let's turn to biotic factors. These are the living components that influence an ecosystem, such as predators like lions, prey such as deer, plants including trees, and microorganisms like bacteria. All of these play a role in how organisms survive and reproduce. Abiotic and biotic factors interact to create different niches for organisms. Variations in abiotic conditions forms microclimates, small areas with distinct environmental conditions. These microclimates support different organisms contributing to biodiversity. Let's take a closer look at the key abiotic factors: light, edaphic or soil factors, temperature, wind and water currents, water availability, oxygen availability. Each of these can influence which organisms can thrive in a habitat. Light is crucial for photosynthesis, the primary source of energy for plants. The availability of light directly affects the abundance and types of organisms found in an area. Plants often adapt to light levels by developing larger leaves, altering pigment sensitivity, or changing flowering patterns. For example, bluebells bloom early in spring to catch sunlight before tree leaves block it. In shaded area, plants may have larger leaf areas to capture more light. Temperature affects enzyme activity and metabolism. It greatly impacts ectothermic animals and plants. Animals reproduce and grow best within a specific temperature range. Too hot or too cold, and their survival or reproduction may be affected. Here you can see the difference between ectothermic animals, which rely on external sources for heat, and endothermic animals, which regulate their own body temperature. Many animals adapt to extreme temperatures. Take the Namaka chameleon for example. It darkens to absorb heat and lightens to reflect sunlight. Such adaptations improve survival in harsh climates. Wind can be a stress factor, cooling bodies and increasing water loss. Only certain species survive in consistently windy areas. Strong winds or storms like hurricanes can dramatically alter populations. In aquatic environments, organisms must swim well or anchor themselves to surfaces. Strong water currents during floods can disrupt habitats and reduce populations. Water is essential. In dry areas, only organisms with special adaptations like camels, cacti, or kangaroo rats can survive. But an increase in water, such as after rainfall, can trigger population booms like desert seeds germinating. Cold flowing water holds more oxygen, supporting aquatic life. In contrast, hot still water is low in oxygen. In waterlogged soil, roots struggle for oxygen. Mangroves adapt with aerial roots to breathe. Soil structure and mineral content affect plant growth. Sandy soil drains quickly, causing nutrient loss. Only plants with extensive roots thrive here. Clay soils retain water but are harder to work with. Loam, a mix of sand and clay, is ideal for plants as it holds water without waterlogging and support root growth. Biotic factors also shape populations. Key influences include predation, competition, disease and parasitism, finding a mate, and territory. Predators eat prey, and their populations are interconnected. As prey increases, predator number rise. Eventually, predator numbers outpace prey, reducing food and predator populations, creating a cycle. This graph illustrates the cyclic nature of predator-prey relationships from 1850 to 1925. Notice how one population's rise or fall affects the other. Reproduction depends on the presence of both sexes in the same habitat. In plants, successful pollination also depends on pollinator species being present. Territorial behavior ensures access to vital resources like food, mates, and shelter. Territories help provide stable conditions for raising of offspring. Size and nature vary across species and environments. Parasites and diseases reduce populations by weakening or killing organisms. High population densities spread diseases quickly. Diverse ecosystems are more resilient, slowing disease spread. Here are two examples. Panama disease wiped out banana crops in 1950s. Dutch elm disease caused a major decline in elm trees. These demonstrate how diseases can devastate populations. Organisms compete for limited resources. Competition affects population size and density. In some cases, competition leads to sexual selection and evolution of physical differences between sexes. Competition can be intraspecific or interspecific. Intraspecific within the same species. Interspecific between different species. Same species members compete for the same resources. As population grows, competition intensifies. Eventually, the population stabilizes at the habitat's carrying capacity. For example, meerkats defend territory, and Eleutherodactylus frogs are limited by nesting sites. Different species compete when niches overlap. One species may outcompete the other by reproducing faster, hiding better, or accessing resources more efficiently, causing the other to move or die out. Ecosystems are influenced by two types of interactions. Density independent factors affect all populations equally. Density dependent factors effects depend on population size. Density independent factors. These include weather and climate events, natural disaster and human activities. All impact organisms regardless of their population size. Density dependent factors. These factors have a great effect as population increases. Competition, predation, diseases and parasitism and reproductive rates. Understanding these helps us manage ecosystems better. Thank you for joining us. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Sri Lankan Life Sciences Academy. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a biology update. See you in the next lesson.